Hello everyone, welcome to AFS Hackers. I'm Afshan, and this is our second episode of our cyber safety series, that is password security. In this episode, you will learn how to protect your password. Well, most of us find passwords to be annoying and take them for granted. It is important to remember why we need them. Basically, passwords are first line of defense against intrusion or stolen data. The main reason why we need password is to protect our personal information such as financial information, health data, and our online accounts. So before we begin learning about password security, let's see some important terms related to our topic. So the first term is authentication. Authentication refers to the process of identifying an individual, usually based on a username, password, and some type of additional verification. Authentication confirms that an individual is who they claims to be, which prevents unauthorized access to a program, system, network, or devices. So basically, authentication is a process of identifying and verifying an individual. Next is authorization. Authorization is a security mechanism to determine access levels or user-client privilege related to system resources including files, services, computer programs, data, and application features. This is a process of granting or denying access to a resource based on the user identity. Next is multi-factor authentication or MFA. MFA is a multi-layered security system that grants user access to a network, system, or application only after confirming their identity with more than one credential or authentication factors. Let's see what is password. So basically, password is a secret combination of letters and numbers used for authentication and prove the identity of the people. Passwords provide the first line of defense against unauthorized access to your computer and personal information. The stronger your password, the more protected your computer will be from hackers and malicious software. You should maintain strong password for all of your account on your computer. Let's see some bad ideas or weak ideas of creating password. The first one is birthdays. I have seen a lot of people who use their birth year as their 4-digit password. It is common and it is easy to open their mobile screen lock. I have also mentioned in an example that August 5, December 10, 8/8, 1995 or 1997 or 1995. These are the common passwords that I have seen on people's mobile. So make sure that you are not using your birth year as your 4-digit password or your mobile screen password. Next is names. Don't use your name, your pet names, spouse name, or actor and actress's name in your password. For example, Josh, Ken, Samantha, Johnny Depp. Like these are the very simple password. You can't create the password with your name or with your pet name because these are easily crackable. Make sure that you are not using your family member's name and the actor and actress's name in your password. Third is simple words. For example, password 123, my account, I'm smart, I love you, admin. These are the very common password. So avoid using these simple words when you are creating password. Last one is phone numbers like 1234, 123456789 and 0987654321. Actually, this is my neighbor's Wi-Fi password, so that is the reason I've included here. So make sure that you are not using these weak passwords. If you have set the password as per your spouse name or your favorite actor and actress's name or maybe your phone number, then please change it immediately. Before we begin looking at how to create safe passwords or secure passwords, it may be useful to understand how attackers can break your password. Password cracking is the process of deciphering passwords in order to gain unauthorized access. Cracking password is much easier than most people think. Also, password cracking does not always involve the use of sophisticated tools and computer programs. Sometimes it is as simple as getting access to a piece of paper, an index card, or a sticky note with your password on it. It is a very simple thing. Let's see some common techniques of cracking passwords. The first technique is dictionary attack. This is the most common technique used to break passwords. A dictionary attack is a fast technique used to crack your password. A text file full of dictionary words is loaded into the password cracking software, which is run against user account. There are lists available online of passwords that have been stolen in data breaches. These lists contain more than 1 billion passwords from Yahoo, RockQ, Adobe, etc. Another well-known form of password attack is called hybrid cracking. Password cracking software adds numbers and symbols and modifies other element of the dictionary passwords to try to crack password. This is based on the idea that most people change very few things when they change their password. For example, adding a number at the end of a previous password is a standard practice for many individuals. Next is brute forcing. This is one of the most comprehensive form of attack. Brute force attacks try every possible combination of passwords starting with A, then B, then C, and etc. until the correct one is found. So these are the few methods of password cracking. Let's see how to create a strong password. So when we talk about strong passwords, so password length are important. Password length should always be at least 8 to 10 characters. The longer a password is, the harder it is to crack. Adding complex character can help strengthen a password. Password should always include uppercase letters, lowercase letters, numbers, special characters. You can also include space. Last one is use passphrase. So these are things you should include in your password. Your uppercase letter, lowercase letter, numbers, special characters, space, and you can also use passphrase. Let's see what is passphrase. So a passphrase is a sentence-like string of words used for authentication that is longer than a traditional password, easy to remember and difficult to crack. Adding complex character like symbols or numbers to a passphrase make it more secure. And to help you remember it, you can use a phrase that has something significance or meaning to you. For example, I am a hacker. Okay, this is a phrase. I can change that particular phrase to passphrase. Like I'm replacing A with @ symbol, and I'm also replacing this E with this number 3. So this is the way I am creating passphrase for myself. This is just an example. You guys can use this as well. Okay, and you will remember it. How often we change password? So the recommended time for changing your password is once every 90 days. If 90 days is too often to change your password, make sure to change your password at least once every 6 to 12 months. So I recommend you guys to change your password every 30 days because it will be really like your account will be much more secure if you are changing your password on a monthly basis. So I recommend you to change the password in 30 days, but you guys can change your password in 90 days or maybe in 12 months or maybe in 6 months. It is up to you. Autofill and save passwords. It is important to turn off your browser's remember password and autofill information setting. This is typically done from the browser settings under a privacy or password and form section. Let's see this in practical, how you guys can turn off this setting in your browser. As usual, just go click on this three dot and go to settings. And here, as you guys can see, we have autofill option. Just click on it. Let's see first thing, that is passwords. Offer to save password, just disable it. Auto sign in. disable this option. This is how you can protect your password. Let's see the payment methods. Save and fill payment method. Okay, fills in a payment form with your saved payment method. So I don't recommend this setting. So just disable it and allow site to check if you have payment method saved. So I don't want this particular option as well. So I'm just disabling this. So this is how you can protect your payment methods. Let's see the addresses and more. Save and fill addresses. So I don't want this particular feature, so I'm disabling it. So this includes information like phone numbers, email address, and shipping address. So disable this feature. Password security and protection is important in ensuring that your information, data, and accounts are all secure. Here are some tips for keeping your password secure. So the first tip is use a unique password for each of your important accounts, such as email and online banking. Do not use the same password across multiple accounts. Very important tip. Make sure that you guys are creating unique password and you guys are not using the same password for all of your social media account or all of your important accounts such as banking or email. Next is your password should be at least 8-character long. Password should consist of lowercase and uppercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Very important tip. Third is do not use personal information such as your name, age, date of birth, child's name, pet's name, or favorite color, song when creating your password. Like I have seen a lot of people use song lyrics in their password. So don't make that mistake. Don't use song lyrics as your password. Like I have seen this password that, darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream, and this is so easy. So don't create these type of password for your accounts. Next is look around and make sure no one is watching while you enter your password. If somebody is, politely ask them to look away. This thing happen in offices and in crowded place, so just politely ask them to look away. Simple way. Next is always log off or sign out if you leave your device for the day. It just takes a few seconds to do and it will help ensure that no one uses your system for malicious purpose. Number 6 is avoid entering password on computers you don't control. They may have malicious software installed to purposely steal your password. Malicious software like keylogger that store each and every keystroke or each and every key that you have typed. So make sure that you are using your own computer, you are not using other people's computer and you are doing your online transaction. Next is avoid entering passwords when connected to unsecure Wi-Fi connections like at an airport or coffee shop. Hackers can intercept your password and data over unsecured connections. So make sure that you are not doing any online transaction when you are on unsecure Wi-Fi. I recommend you to not connect to these unsecured Wi-Fi from Starbucks or maybe coffee shop or airport. I don't recommend you guys to connect with these Wi-Fi. But if you have anything urgent, so you can connect, but don't do the online transaction when you are on unsecured Wi-Fi. Next is never tell your password to anyone. Very important tip. If you are in sales department, if you are in marketing department, if you are in IT, if you are in help desk, please don't share your password to anyone. So you will be in trouble. So don't share your bank details or maybe your password to anyone. Number 9 is never write down your passwords on a sticky paper and hide underneath your workstation or telephone. Somebody will find it. Like this thing happened actually in my family. One of my uncle type all of his password in this notepad and save it on the document folder. So this is not a good practice. This is a very wrong practice. So I don't recommend you guys to do that. And please don't write your password on paper, because it will be fined by this technique called dumpster diving. If somebody find that piece of paper, then obviously he or she will know your password. So please don't write your password on paper. Number 10 is always select never when your internet browser asks for your permission to remember your password. So these are the 10 tips for securing your password. I hope you implement these practices when you are creating your password. If you are using the weak password that we have discussed, then please change your password right now. I request you guys to follow these tips, or please change the setting of your browser as well. And that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you like this video. If you did, then share this video with your friends and your colleagues and your family members. And make sure that you guys are subscribing to my YouTube channel. We'll see you in my next video. Till then, take care and keep learning. Bye bye.